Migration is the story of our time. It's the story of Britain. It's the story of all of us. The Migration Museum brings these stories to life through exhibitions, events, learning and community programs. The museum explores how the movement of people to and from these shores throughout the years has shaped us as individuals, as communities and as nations.
What's exciting about working at the Migration Museum is that we get to really create a different kind of museum, one that's genuinely participatory. Everything we do at the museum brings in hundreds of collaborators, whether they're artists or people who have their own personal migration stories to tell. I think that's really at the heart of it, and it's not about just facts and figures, but it's about those human stories.
Here to the right here, that's my mother, Clarice Agatha Reid. The label people call them is the Windrush generation, but I just call them amazing people, super people really, essentially.
And I think also we have a very imaginative approach to how we do things. You know, we're not just a museum of objects in glass cases, we're a museum that's very alive. And I think lastly I would say that we're a museum that cuts against the grain a bit. You know, we won't just tell you a straight up history of migration, but we really make it relevant to the present moment and give the context for the kind of debates that are happening and shed light on stories in a surprising way.
I think the fact that so many different narratives and experiences are represented is really beautiful. It goes from the real difficult moments of displacement and migration to the really incredible moments, and I think it represents the nuance of lived experience of being a migrant or being a refugee or being a displaced person really poignantly.
The moment I stepped into the Migration Museum, I met a lady there who was just so welcoming. It was like, you want to be a part of something special, and this is what I felt.
We've got an incredible learning team, hugely skilled in facilitating, what can be really sort of complex and difficult conversations, actually. I think their special skill is in helping people to have these sometimes difficult conversations, but in a way that is intense and serious and enjoyable. Children really ask the trickiest questions and they really want answers.
What I find most compelling, I guess, is having those moments and finding ways to get students to personally connect with this topic. It's a topic that they almost all have heard about before in different ways, but I think it's quite a distant topic most of the time. Whether that's something they're learning about in history or at home, in the news, it's quite distant. So I do like to find those ways to bring it back down, make it personal and relevant.
If one or more of your grandparents was born in a different country, so not in England.
My grandma on my dad's side was born in Germany, and both my grandparents on my mum's side were born in Nigeria.
Please take a very, 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 very small step if you would like to move to a different country or explore another culture one day.
I've found that it's been a really amazing addition to our children's learning, and you guys really can do things that are not easy for us to do at school.
We have been doing these walking tours since 2016. Here in the City of London, the stories of migration are all around us. They are told through the place names, through the buildings. We will be walking along the same routes that Roman Londoners, medieval Saxon Londoners and Vikings would have walked. We can highlight how Flemish weavers, followed by Huguenot weavers, had kind of made an impact on the surrounding area and changed the very fabric and shape of Britain and British culture that we have today.
We have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to create Britain's Missing Museum, a permanent migration museum in the City of London, a space for everyone to explore, question and celebrate who we are.
Let's make this vision a reality. Support the Migration Museum, share your story and be part of something bigger.